Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Safety with Fat Boy. It is Friday, July 17th, and it is Behind the Fat. Safety with Fat Boy, Behind the Fat. Unfortunately, Big T and Del Bell could not be here tonight. They are having more skin removed in the lab in Wuhan, China, the Safety with Fat Boy lab in Wuhan, China, for research purposes. So something very special for you folks tonight. We're going to be having our first presidential debate between myself and Hillary Clinton. And but first, I'd like to talk to you folks a little bit about something. Mrs. Bernadette Burnett has been taken into police custody. CPS is doing a full investigation on her because of the events that happened with Baby T. Mindy the dog and Big T himself was actually assaulted as well. So Baby T is in therapy and protective custody right now until we figure out what's going on. And somebody is anonymously trying to have money raised to have Bernadette Burnett bailed out of jail, and so that she can await her trial on the outside. So we'll keep you updated on all that throughout the weekend and through next week. So I'd like to introduce our host for the debate tonight, Mrs. Nubby Chang. Nubby Chang.
Correct.
Nubby Chang.
Hello, everyone. Okay. You guys ready?
Fat boy?
Hillary.
Good luck to you both. Ready? We'll start with you, Fatty. What will you do to help stop the spread of COVID 2.0, the Kung Flu?
Okay, well, I'd like to start off by saying we are going to make America safe again, MASA. And something that I would like to kick off tonight, along with my campaign, is CUTS. CUTS, cleaning up the streets. It will be a volunteer program, and that will help us to help sanitation. We want to talk about. We talked a little bit about the hemorrhoids, the symptoms, the fevers, the spontaneous combustion. We've given you different tips and things to help you guys out, and we're going to continue to give you these tips and to help you out. Listen, safety. Okay, so with MASA cuts, we're going to clean up these streets and to help you folks out, and stay tuned for more tips from yours truly and the crew. So I'm very interested to hear what my opponent has to say about this.
Okay, Hillary.
Thank
Same
you,
question.
Abby. First of all, I'd like to say my opponent, Fat Boy, you grew up in Newark, Delaware, and cleaning up the streets was not something you did there, was it, Fat Boy? Now, if you could just repeat the question for me one more time.
Sure. What will you do to help stop the spread of COVID 2.0?
Well, the first thing that I would do to stop the spread of COVID 2.0 is stopping Fat Boy from selling the COVID 2.0. Fat Boy has had this in place since June 15th to try to make everybody think that he's this wonderful person that by June 15th he could get rid of the coronavirus, and he did. But he had a plan. Fat Boy tried to make money off of this. The American people cannot put up with this. You cannot put up with somebody being president who's trying to make money off of other people's sickness. He says cuts. He says MASA. He's trying to make America safe again. He's selling you people 2.0. Folks, if you vote for me, I will make America safe again.
Okay. Would you like to rebuttal?
Absolutely. Thank you, Nubby. The COVID 2.0 outbreak is a true tragedy in our land, and this was released by our facility in Wuhan, China, and believe me, when we release the vaccine that we've already created, everybody will be okay.
Okay. Fair enough. Reset. Ready? Now, Hillary,
Thank you, Natalie.
how exactly are you going to make America safe again? MASA.
Well, you see,
I'm sorry, I thought that was my
Excuse me.
question, Natalie.
Yes.
Oh,
And that's what
See,
Fat
it was
Boy
the way
does.
that
That's
she-
what Fat, no, that's
it was
what
the way
Fat Boy
that she
does.
posed the question. I thought she was addressing. Go ahead.
And that's what Fat Boy does. The question is, how am I going to make America safe again? Well, I'll tell you what. You, the American people, are safe already. Okay? Fat Boy likes to make you believe that, oh, you're not safe by his COVID 2.0. Let's build a wall around the whole country. I think my opponent at one point said he wants to build a wall to keep Canada out. That's not the way you make America safe, folks. That's not the way you do it. The way you make America safe is you let other people in. That's what this country was built on. This country was built on immigrants coming from other countries so we could help those immigrants. Not by building a wall and keeping them out. That's called scaredy cat. That's how Fat Boy grew up. That's what Fat Boy wants to make this country. He wants to make you all scared. No walls, folks. That's how we keep America safe again. You do not build walls. You do not sell COVID 2.0 to make a profit off of it, which is what my opponent has been doing. My opponent wants to make a profit
Sorry,
off
the
of
time's
it.
up. The time's up.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
honey.
Fatty,
Time's up.
you need the question again, or?
Please, could you repeat the question?
Sure. How exactly are you going to make America safe again? MASA.
Okay, so you were talking to me.
Yes.
Okay. So, simply sanitation and cleanliness. As we spoke of our plan to get everybody sanitation jobs that is not working, we have a line of jobs that are set up for everybody, and we have been passing them out to people. And believe me, if I am elected, there will be so many sanitation jobs. This COVID 2.0 will be eradicated. And the wall, see, this is the problem with Hillary. She's always pointing the finger at everybody, but believe me, she's always pointing the finger at everybody else, okay? And the thing with the wall is, we want this wall is not only going to keep people out, it's going to keep trades out, it's going to keep everybody and everything out, including this virus. That came from Wuhan, China, might I add.
Time's up. Would you like to rebuttal?
I would. Thank you, Nabi. Fat Boy, first of all, he wants to make America safe again. Massive. I want all you American people to think, say that over to yourself over and over and over again. And not only that, but Fat Boy, didn't you like honey buns down in Delaware? This is not the main.
You know, this is
No,
not the
you
issue.
like me.
This is not
You
the
do not
issue
like
at
honey buns
hand.
down in
Let me-
This is Hillary's turn. You will
This
be
is
able
not
to
the
rebuttal
man
in
to
a few
be
seconds.
president of your country.
Yeah, you're a moron.
You vote for me, and I'll tell you right now, we will make America safe again. There'll be no MASA.
A vote for Hillary Clinton is
I'm
a vote
sorry,
for
no, yeah,
Hillary Clinton.
no,
A vote for Fat
Both of
Boy
you.
is a vote for
Both of you
America.
stop. Here we go. Next question.
Thank you, Nabi.
Ready? If all proposals for the future stimulus checks are shut down, what will you then do to help America financially?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Could you repeat the question?
Sure. If all proposals for future stimulus checks are shut down, what will you then do to help Americans financially?
Very interesting question, and I would like to point out that the stimulus checks that will be going around after I am elected will be eventually considered obsolete. We are pushing for a society where in the land of the free, the home of the brave, everything can be free for everybody. And we trade with each other. So I believe that question is irrelevant.
Are you correct? Hillary? Would you like to take your minute?
Oh, I would like to take my minute. Because any time that my opponent, Fat Boy, doesn't have an answer to a question, all of a sudden it's irrelevant. Folks, if you vote for Fat Boy, I'm telling you right now, the economy in this country will go down the toilet. It will go down the toilet. Do not vote for this man. Could you repeat the question for me, Nabi?
Sure.
Nabi?
If all proposals for the future stimulus checks are shut down, what will you then do to help Americans financially?
Fat Boy says he'll put a chicken in every pot to help Americans. I'll put a steak on every grill. I will make sure you American people have what you need to survive. All the immigrants will be in here from the other countries. Anybody who's in jail that has anything at all to do with anything at all will never make it. This man here wants to clean up the streets. How did the streets look in Newark, Delaware, Fat Boy, when you grew up?
Nonsense.
Thank you, Nabi.
Nonsense. You're talking nonsense.
Okay.
Could I have
Would you like to cut to a commercial?
Oh, I'm sure my
Yeah, have my
opponent would
30
love to cut to a
Okay, get
commercial.
your 30 seconds and then we will cut to a commercial.
Okay,
Let me
as
drink
I
water.
was saying earlier,
Hillary?
see, this is the problem with Hillary. She's pointing out everything that's wrong with everybody else. Everybody has a past. I grew up in not the best areas, sure. And yeah, it was because
And
of
did
me
you
most of
clean
the
up the
time.
streets while you...
Hillary!
I had,
Please.
yes,
I'm sorry.
absolutely. I did clean up the streets. If you go back and look at the public records of community service, you will see that I cleaned up the streets. So, with that being said, I would just like to say before we go to our commercial break, a vote for Hillary Clinton. If Hillary Clinton wins this election, Hillary Clinton wins this election. If I win this election, America, you win this election, America. Go look in Newark, Delaware now and tell me what you think.
You good? Okay, we will cut to a commercial break. We will be back in another minute. Thank you.
Hillary Clinton, a crook and a thief. Always placing the blame on others instead of trying to find peaceful solutions. A woman with a questionable past and many secrets. Who do you trust to make America safe again? This message was approved by Fat Boy.
Welcome back, everyone. We will start where we left off. Hillary, it's up to you.
Thank you, Nabi.
Okay? Who let the dogs out, and what exactly do you plan to do to get them back in?
I know the dogs were let out by Monica Lewinsky. And I am going to make this country so there are no affairs. So you can pull all the dogs back in. Dogs like this man should not be president. Who let the dogs out? People like Monica Lewinsky let the dogs out. But I'm telling you right now, America, if you vote for me, a vote for me is a vote for safety. A vote for me is a vote of no more infidelity in this country. A vote for me takes a man like this off the streets, in which case I cleaned up the streets. This man should not be president of the United States.
Are you correct?
Thank you, Nabi.
You're welcome. Okay, Fatty?
Exactly like I was saying earlier. Where are the solutions, Hillary? You point the finger at everybody else, you don't give any solutions. Get out of here with that. You sound just like this conspiracy weenies that we're trying to protect this country from.
If anybody votes
Stop.
for
No,
you-
no, no. I'm not
Excuse
done.
me.
I'm not
Excuse
done.
me.
The hate crime in question is an abomination and a disgrace to our nation. And when we find whoever let these dogs out, they will be brought to justice. Believe me. believe me. These four-legged friends need to be looked at as equals. And Hillary, how offensive that answer was.
Okay, Fatty.
No, I'm not done. I'm not done.
I'm sorry. The minute is over.
What does it matter with you? With everything going on in our country.
Excuse me,
and
Fatty.
everything that, all the conspiracy.
Excuse me. Would you like to rebuttal?
I would. Thank you, Nabi.
You're welcome.
That's what you want for president?
We need a dog to lead this country.
He can never shut up.
We need a dog to lead this country. It's people like you.
Let me ask you a question, fat boy. Let me ask you a
Fatty, I will
question.
end these questions right here.
Sorry, Nabi.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you
Hillary.
going to believe this man? That's the way to get the dogs back in? Oh, if it was up to him, he'd build a wall around every single dog in this country. Do we have any animal lovers?
Air fried Oreos, people. They'll get all the dogs
Excuse
back.
me, Nabi, could you please?
Excuse me.
He can't even control himself. Do not vote for this.
Well, were you
man.
speaking
Vote for
nonsense?
me.
You're
Excuse
speaking
me.
nonsense.
Fatty, I'm not going to speak to you again.
Thank you, Nabi.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
A vote for me is a vote to keep the dogs in. Thank you, Nabi.
You're welcome. Okay. Ready, Fatty? Your question.
Honey bun, fat boy?
I'll take those. How do you feel about Bernadette Burnett's, the events leading to her arrest, and what will you do to prevent future cases that may be similar?
Bernadette Burnitz is a terrorist in our country. She is an American terrorist and she needs to be dealt with. The events that led up to her arrest are inexcusable. That poor baby T, that poor man Big T, and that poor dog Mindy. And let's not forget the secrets of my opponent Hillary Clinton over here and her affair with Bernadette Burnitz. Who do you trust, America? Who do you trust? That's my question to you. I'd like to see what my opponent has to say about this, and I'm a little hungry.
Okay. Hillary,
Thank you, Nabi.
you're welcome.
Are we surprised at all that fat boy's a little hungry and the one thing he decides to eat is a honey bun? America? Could you repeat the question now?
Sure. How do you feel about Bernadette Burnett's?
Yes, I have it now. Thank you, Ms. Karen. Bernadette Burnett is safe as long as she has no dirt on me. I think she's a lovely lady. I think she's innocent of all charges, and I think it'll be proved she's innocent of all charges. This man would have you believe, without a trial, without evidence, without anything at all, that poor Miss Burnett is guilty. Is this the man you want running your country? Thank you, Nabi.
Would you like to rebuttal there,
Absolutely.
Fatty?
Excuse me, could we set up a lottery machine in front of him right now?
Believe me, Nabi, believe me, America. Is this who you want to be in power in our nation? She is promoting child abuse, child torture. Bernadette Burnitz is a terrorist. And I believe you are too.
I think maybe, fat boy, you should
No,
wait
no,
for the
no, no,
evidence to come
that's
out.
enough,
No, you
that's
should wait
enough.
for the evidence to come out before you convict someone. Is this the man you want running the country? Oh, maybe they'll accuse you or something?
Yeah,
You're
and wait for more
innocent.
children to be abducted and wait for more.
Excuse me,
And
both
the
of you.
adrenochrome and get out.
Done.
He can't control himself.
The questions are now over.
Thank you, Nobby.
Thank you both. Very well. Good debate. And we'll see how this goes. America, you vote.
Thank you, Nabi Chang. Everybody thank my opponent, Miss Hillary Clinton. Wash your hands first. I saw what you were doing up your nose. So that, everybody, was our first presidential debate between myself and Hillary. Our reporter, Nabi Chang. Nabi Chang was here with us to host that, and will be here with us to host all of the future behind the fact presidential debates. So in closing, I just want to remind everybody to stay with us tomorrow night. Come back with us tomorrow night for more safety tips and campaigning from yours truly and the crew. Everybody will be back with us tomorrow night. And about Bernadette Burnitz, this is no laughing matter, and justice should be served to people who do things like that. So I thought I told you to get out, Hillary. She's over there farting. So with that, I would like to close. Everybody stay with us tomorrow night. Pibbity popcorn player. Everybody have a good night. And pleasant tomorrow.